Hey, Rashad.
Well, good, gang. Hello, everybody. My name is Rashad Milligan. If you are new to the channel, this is the road to 5K subs. Now, we have an hour-long podcast that I like to react to. Hold on. My lens needs to be wiped off. I've been told, if you're wondering why I'm speaking like this, I've been told sometimes, I'm from the South, I can get a little excited. I don't exactly enunciate every word that I say, and my speech can get a bit quick. And I can run through it like... But we don't want to do that. We want to make sure everybody from every region of the United States and every corner of the world can understand just exactly what I am saying. So, and that came from Leah, Honest Leah, who's one of my more consistent commenters. She's up there with Kurt. She's up there with, there's this one channel that always comments and always supports. But it's like a bunch of random letters. It's like A, B, C, X, dash. But she's one of my consistent, most loyal supporters. Or out loud at least. Because, what was it? My dog over there. Oh, I'm sorry. Hey, man. I just have to speak the way I speak. And I'm going to work on it. I'm going to work on it to improve, to put out a better product and to appeal to more people. Because if you're just speaking like an Atlanta person, then you seclude yourself to an audience only in the South. You want to reach as many people as possible. Anyways, Nnaji. She went on a podcast. So shout out to DaDoja Podcast, who brought this to my attention. I saw it on Twitter, so I want to shout them out too. It was Baby Mary 11 on Twitter. They were posting clips about Maya talking about playing with Paige in high school. And I was like, Nnaji went on a podcast. What the heck? So, with that being said, we're going to watch it as a family. And I'm probably going to break it up into, days and parts and things of that nature. Because I also want to react to the TikTok lady that I wanted to react to last night, but things happened in basketball. So I was like, you know what I could do? If I keep doing this and, putting it to the side when stuff happens in basketball, stuff is going to happen in basketball every single day. It's my favorite sport. I want to say most exciting sport in the world, and then people do. But it's my personal favorite. So there's always something happening in basketball. But I'll never get to the TikTok thing if I don't do it. So why not have a side series? We're going to break down this Nnaji interview from the DaDoja Podcast. You've seen I just subscribed to my guy. It looked like he has some pretty other cool stuff on this channel as well. And it was pretty cool to get Maya. Background on Maya. Maya left Arizona, I think, last semester, at the end of the semester, like in the middle of the season. And her reasoning on Maya's reasoning on the little graphic was that she was focusing on her studies and focusing on graduate school and becoming medical professional, things of that nature. That's what she said. However, she recently said on Twitter, when I was busy out of town and I wasn't uploading, during that time period there was a little beef between Diamond DeShields, excuse me, I'm sorry. Diamond DeShields from Atlanta legend, how could I? Diamond DeShields and Kalea Copper, when Kalea Copper demanded a trade and she got a trade to Phoenix with her ultimate arch nemesis, Sophie Cunningham. They both started subtweeting each other. That happened when I was gone. Another thing that happened when I was gone was Nnaji And excuse me if I'm just butchering the pronunciation. We are going to get it right when we play this interview. I'm sure they're going to say it in the first couple seconds. But Maya, she tweeted that academics wasn't the only reason why she left Arizona. She said one of the reasons why was because she left a toxic environment. This is the same coach that y'all thought it was cute and y'all thought it was fiery when the woman threw up the middle finger in the Final Four a couple of years ago, or the Elite Eight. What happened? I think they beat UConn, right? And they were going to the championship game, and the coach threw up the middle finger. I'm sorry. Let me not do that to the coach, because this is a legend. They got a legendary coach, you know, who had a great Coach Barnes, excuse me. Coach Barnes, you know, great WNBA career. Now one of the more cooler coaches. She dresses well. She put it on. Coach Barnes put it on the sideline every single game. But she threw up the middle, like that was her most viral moment. Like she threw up the middle finger and was like, she was like, oh, it was a moment between my team. We're emotional, this and that. And now it ain't so cute anymore. Now is it? Cause Maya she done exposed you on the Twitter. It was a toxic environment. I had to get out. Plus, I had the medical ambitions and the professional ambitions of things I wanted to do. Without further ado, man, let's get into it. Shout out to the DaDoja. DaDoja, I ain't even gonna lie to you. I am going to react to this podcast interview, but I'm gonna give you as much credit as possible. You see I'm subscribed. You see I'm gonna tune in. You see I'm gonna like the video. You see I'm gonna link your video down below, and I'm shouting you out multiple times. Shout out to DaDoja for getting this extremely rare sit-down podcast-style interview with Maya and Nnaji. This is crazy. All right, let's get into it, man.
What's up, y'all? It's your host, Sensei AK, back another episode.
All right, I'm gonna pause it right now, and I'm gonna give you this like right now, because that's crazy getting Maya. All right, let's get into it. Full screen.
I'm not my co-host, but I'm with
Maya Nnaji.
Wow. Hey, how are you doing, Maya?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good. You know, I'm glad to have you on. You've been a shining pillar for not just women's basketball, but Nigerians playing basketball as well. So, shouts out to you on that aspect. So, let's start from the beginning. How did this all start? How did you become such a basketball phenom?
First and foremost, I would like to give all the glory and honor to God.
Amen.
He is the only reason I am who I am today. He's got.
You better say it. First answer out the gate. Know your source. Know whose you are, and that who's.
Everything I do and everything my family does, and I think with faith and hard work, you can achieve anything. My parents instilled that in me from a...
I'm sorry, y'all. Don't hate me. The audio is low, so I'm going to just make sure that I'm sharing the sound. I am sharing the sound. We are good to go. I just wanted to triple check because the audio is really low and I can barely hear myself.
At a very young age, and all of my siblings, we've worked super hard for everything we've got. During times people were resting or going out, having summer vacations, we were on the driveway in the summer every single day, working hard through the sweat, the tears, the throw up, the blood, all that, playing hard.
There's genuine days of throw up? What happened? What was one of these instances? What was the craziest workout you've ever been through? Could be in high school, college, hanging out with your dad and your brother, anything like that.
Okay, I'll say one of my most memorable ones. I was in like 3rd going into 4th grade.
Okay.
And this is when you start shooting at the actual free throw line. Like that's when they start having girls like shoot free throws from the free throw line. And I remember I went to summer camp with the rest of the girls in my city. We were having a basketball camp, whatever, and we're all trying to practice free throws for the first time.
Okay.
And everyone was airballing, everyone was missing, jumping over the line, all that. And I was doing the same. But I remember I watched my dad. He was watching me in the corner. He was giving me that classic Nigerian African dad stare, or whatever you want to call it. And he had his arms crossed. He was just staring at me.
Just upset.
Yes. And I was terrified. I'm like, uh-oh. So as soon as I got home, He's like, no. Go outside.
Oh,
So he made me make, I don't even know how, it had to be more than 100 free throws. I was not allowed to jump over the line. I wasn't allowed to jump. And and every time, I think it was every time I had airballed or every time I missed a certain way, he would have me run around the house a few laps. And so it got to the point where I was dead tired. I was so exhausted. And he was like, looking at me like, you think I care? Like, I'm like, I was trying to explain myself, everyone, he's like, you're not everyone. And so like that, he's always set the tone, like I have to hold myself to a higher standard in everything I do. That was not the hardest work I've had, but that's like the most memorable one.
Did he give you one of those, like, the energy of, because of, my parents also gave me the conversation too of, I'm not going to keep coming to your games if you're not good at this sport.
Yes, he said, do not waste my time. That was his thing. He was like, you can do whatever you want to do, but do not waste my time. If you don't want to play basketball, you don't have to play basketball. There'll be times where he'd be like, after I have it back, he'd be like, man, I want you to think to yourself, seriously, is this something you want to do? I'm like, yes, I want to play. Then you need to act like it. Like, he's like, do not waste my time.
Wait, what was the things that you're doing that made you seem like you weren't acting like you really wanted to hoop?
Like if I had a game where I scored like maybe 5 points or maybe 0 points or I'm just not rebounding well or I'm not playing hard, he's like, do you seriously want to play this game?
What separates you from most other athletes?
Like I said, I think it's just my faith and my work ethic. And I think it's also the fact that me being an athlete is also not my identity in a way.
Oh, okay.
Like, I think most athletes, especially male athletes, like, they ride on the fact that they play sports. That's, like, their entire personality. That's, like, their entire future. They don't see life without it. And every day is a blessing. Every opportunity to play sports is a blessing. You never know when that can be taken from you. So my parents have also done a great job of making me well-rounded and having other aspirations and other hobbies outside of my sport that allow me to appreciate it even more. But then also be being able to have aspirations for a career after basketball and using basketball more as like a platform to get where I want to go and or a vehicle to get where I want to go instead of like the end destination. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah.
Why do you think people do that to themselves?
I think you really just get caught up in the love for the game. Sports are really fun.
If you could explain the love of the game, how would you explain it? Because if my brother played basketball for a while, and I also started to play too, but I could never really truly care about playing basketball for real. And I feel like that was the one thing that just separated me.
I think it's this like addicting feeling of when you put in so much work and you start to see your results.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I think that is like whether that comes in like team success or like wins or like you're improving or your shots becoming more better, your shots becoming more consistent or your handles are getting better or now you're able to dunk or now you're able to do a move you weren't able to do. Like it's like that rewarding feeling that makes the work all pay off in a way. Like it's all worth it. And so it keeps you wanting more. Like people that are athletes, especially at higher levels, they're usually more competitive, like type A personalities, like people that just, they're never satisfied with what they do. Like a lot of them are perfectionists in a way, especially the best athletes. So it's like you develop this, like you crave this, you're chasing this feeling of getting better. And I think the best athletes, like someone like LeBron, I think that he embodies that in everything he does. Outside of basketball and with basketball as well. Like he wants to be the best father he can be, the best husband he can be, the best role model, the best activist, the best advocate, the best athlete. Like it's like I can always do better. I can always do more. And I think that also has a negative side to it because it's like
you'll never reach it. You'll never be satisfied.
You never stop and appreciate the work that you put in. And so
well, she preaching, ain't it?
You also sometimes feel like it's never enough. Yes. And that's like that's the hard thing that a lot of athletes struggle with, especially when they do have those failures and those setbacks. It's like, especially if you don't have anything to fall back on. Let's say you don't have a good support system. You don't have, maybe you're not really into faith and all that, or maybe like, you know, like it's just like,
there's not much around
exactly, exactly. It's easy to get lost in failure and like lose
Facts.
yourself completely.
Facts.
It's really interesting because the idea
You lose a game, you don't have no, you know what I'm saying, nothing around you. You lose a game, especially a season-ending game or something like that. You lose in the tournament, the season's over. You like, bruh, my self-worth here. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing with, you could even go, a theme of on this channel of 2024 is self-love. You know, we started off with the self-love videos, with the Aaron reactions and things of that nature. I literally do not remember what video it was when I was talking about Jesus and things of that nature, but I'm sure I was talking about it in that video. It was like she divorced. I don't remember which. I don't think it was that video, but it was another video. Anyways, the theme of this channel in 2024, underlying theme, is always self-love. It always comes back to self-love, and self-love is so important. You know, you hear it all the time. It might be cliche, boom, boom, boom. It might be cliche or whatever. I'm sorry. I'm trying not to say boom, boom, boom anymore, or as often. But even in the things of self-love, right? A lack of self-love, you put so much on another person, whether it might be a family member, someone in your immediate family, or someone that you just really, really love, right? It could be on a romantic side or a platonic side, a best friend, or, you know, someone who's your rider, you know what I'm saying? Anything like that, right? If something happens to where, you know, you're no longer friends with that person, or you're on bad terms with that person you really loved, immediate family member or not, or the immediate family member, say, had to move to London, had to move across the pond, had to move to a different place in the world for a job for 6 months, for a year, and you put all your eggs into that basket and everything, and you just love this person so much, and like this was everything because you liked, being your own best friend first and loving yourself first and things of that nature, then you're going to be crushed because you put your entire identity into that person or into that thing. Like what she's describing as a thing. Basketball is a thing. You put your entire identity into a thing like basketball. You roll your ankle, you tear your ACL, you tear your Achilles, you lose in the state championship, you lose in the state tournament, you lose in the national tournament, you lose in the conference tournament, and your season's over, you lose in the playoffs, you don't win the championship, Damian Lillard. And you just like, I am worth nothing. You put your entire identity into a job. The job calls you in and said, hey man, we really love your work, but the numbers are low and we're losing money, so we have to make some cuts somewhere, and unfortunately it's you. I am worth nothing. I've been there before. I was laid off my first job. I've been dumped, rejected, deceptive, debated. And what I learned through all of these, what I considered at the time, and what I still might consider at the time, I ain't gonna lie like I'm at the most mature stage of my life and I have it all figured out. But at the time, and what I still sometimes view as losses, were only just learning lessons of, if you lose everything tomorrow, how you gonna bounce back? If you lose everything tomorrow, but you still breathing, how you gonna get through that? It's a lesson in that. Rashad Milligan is Rashad Milligan without his job, without the travel, without the celebrities, without the anything. Rashad Milligan is still always going to be Rashad Milligan as long. Rashad Milligan. Right now, feel me? So, for you, you have to say the same thing to yourself. You're always you, regardless if you have the job title, you have the volunteer title, you have the reputation of being the person who always give the popsicles, the person who always give the flowers, the person who always gives the ice cream, the person who always, hot dog lady, she always got the hot dogs at the game, the mom, the soccer mom who always comes with the chips to the little league games, or the orange slices. You're still who you are, regardless of the outside, the exterior. Whatever changes in the exterior, you are still you, always. Don't forget that.
That I'm getting from that is the way you do one thing is the way you do everything. And if the thing I'm doing is, like, for example, a sports where there's like not so much oof, I'm typing correctly right now, but not so much as there's like this like mystical energy behind it, where like you're trying to strive for this like quote unquote greatness, which is like that's not tangible, like that's not a real thing. So you're just doing things hoping to eventually get there. Exactly. And that actually transitioned it perfectly. So what was it that drew you away from basketball?
Oh, he got into it. Yeah, see, this is what I'm talking about. I ain't gonna lie, man. Y'all make sure y'all give my boy a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you click on the link right now. And show that boy some love, because the boy is cooking.
Switching entirely.
This is a very complicated question.
Mm-hmm. We got time.
It has a lot of layers to it. So I've always known that basketball was not my end goal, not my end destination. It was just like a vehicle to get me where I wanted to go. And so through basketball, I've been so blessed to have so many other opportunities that have come from it. Like, it is just a tree that has bore a lot of fruit for me. For example, basketball got me a chance to go to pretty much any school I wanted to in the country for free. And then from there, I was able to narrow it down to the schools that had the career path I wanted to do. And that career path is becoming a physician. I really want to be a doctor, and I really want to be able to give back to the people that have helped me become who I am today, and shed light on those people that are like underprivileged, those people that underserved, people that are cast to the side. Like, I want to be the person that is their voice. I want to advocate for them. So through basketball, I was also able to find a program at my current school, University of Arizona, which is called the ATME program, which stands for Advanced Pathway to Medical Education. So I was able to come to a school where I'm able to finish my undergrad and my medical school in 7 years instead of 8. And so that was also huge for me. It's like I'm planning for life after basketball. I knew, like, maybe I want to play pro for a couple years. Maybe I want to play for Team Nigeria in the Olympics. Maybe I want to do something like that. But I do not want to be a professional athlete, and then after that, like, I'm in my 30s and I have nothing else to do, nothing else to fall back on. Like, that's my whole identity. I don't want to be like that. So basketball was just, it got to a point where basketball became like an extra, like the icing on the cake, not the cake. You know what I'm saying?
That's interesting. So basketball kind of seemed like the side quest, like the perfect side quest, just to be doing a bunch of random stuff.
Yes. And it was just supposed to teach me work ethic. It was supposed to teach me responsibility, time management, organization, drive, perseverance, persistence, all these things. It made me a better person as well. That's what sports does for someone. And then also gave me opportunities. I've met a lot of people, and it's also helped me network with a lot of doctors and people in healthcare as well, because they see me play. Oh, hey, Maya, watched you play. Great game. Especially in Tucson, like, there's a very large older population here, so they all love to come support our team. There's no pro team anywhere near us.
Yeah.
Except for in Phoenix. So it's like everyone wants to come watch basketball, and through that, it's a great networking for us. So I was able to set myself up for my career path later on in life, and then it got to the point where basketball was taking away from the things that I really wanted to do. I've sacrificed so much of my life for basketball leading up to this point. I've sacrificed time with friends, I've sacrificed family vacations, just like all this time that I missed out on in childhood and my early years. And now it was like, I'm not going to sacrifice school, I'm not going to sacrifice grades, I'm not going to sacrifice job shadowing, research opportunities, all these things I want to do to become a doctor. Like, basketball has gotten me there, and now I'm blessed, and now I need to step away in a way. You know what I'm saying? So, and then it was also like, I knew that it was supposed to be like just this fun activity. I love playing the game. It's supposed to be fun now. Just do it because I love playing here. I love the school, I love the team. And it became a toxic environment that was...
Ooh! I'm sorry. Here we go.
Draining me, and it was not fun anymore. It was not like something I look forward to.
Was that when you got disillusioned by basketball?
I don't think it was that I was disillusioned by basketball. I just think that, honestly, I think I came to my senses more in a way. It was like I'm starting to realize that this program is not really the best fit for me. This, like, playing basketball here is not the best fit for me.
Oh my gosh.
And I need to to reprioritize.
Okay. All right. So, like I said, we will be doing parts. I'm going to stop it there tonight. I hope you all enjoy. Make sure you check out DaDoja if you want to watch the whole thing, if you ain't trying to watch all 5 parts with me. Or if you just want to watch it by yourself and then watch me stop and get my little thing every 5 minutes or so. Yeah. Salute to Maya. First things first, salute to Maya. Salute to Maya. Standing O. It takes a lot of freaking courage to step away when you know something is taking away time from what you really want to do. And I know a lot of people who are older who face that dilemma all the time because it's the fear of leaving the stability. And I feel like a lot of times success or your dream, not even success, but your dream is on the other side of that security, right? I think a lot of time, but it's such a thing because there are a lot of people who have achieved their dreams with the security. Like, I always look at Logic, right? Logic, the rapper. So for those of you who don't know, Logic is a rapper. I believe he's definitely in his early or mid 30s at this point. And he came up as one of the best rappers of his time, online, big mixtape guy in the early 2010s. And 2014 he released his first album. He signed his first record deal with Def Jam, I believe it was like 2013, after being one of the hottest artists online and on the underground in the mixtape scene. 2010, 2011, 2012, he finally signed in 13, released his first album, Under Pressure, which I feel like is a classic, in 2014. So yes, that is Logic. And on Logic's come up, he worked famously at Joe's Crab Shack, and he performed at Joe's Crab Shack after his shift or on an off day one night in the restaurant in like 2009, 2010. The video's still up on YouTube. You can look at it because Logic uploaded it himself. Of Logic performs inside the Joe's Crab Shack, and he's like, yeah man, I'll be busting tables, I work here, but I'm chasing my dreams. Make some noise if you're chasing your dreams. When Logic made it, quote unquote, he always said to the people, he always advised, do what you need to do, keep your job, don't quit your job to chase your dreams. Keep your job, keep paying the bills, and work on your dream when you get home. And that's what he did, and it paid off for him. So I always think about him with these things. But a lot of times for some people, you have to know yourself too. If you know you're going to work, if you know you're a worker, and if you quit your job that you're going to go all the way in and do what you need to do and hold yourself accountable to achieve your dream, you're going to do that. But if you've never been that type of worker and you're not working at that type of, if you're not giving up sleep some nights after work or before work or things like that to make sure that you put yourself in the best position to achieve your dreams outside of work, I don't think you should give up that job. Because I don't think you built like that, or you're not ready for it yet. You're not mature enough yet to hold yourself accountable to make sure you need to achieve what you need to achieve. Now, that's just my opinion. Maya doing this, let me see how old Maya is. I believe she's like 19. No. Yeah, maybe 19 or 20. Let me see how old she is. Maya doing this at the age of... How old is Maya? I don't know how old she is, y'all. Maya, do they have it on here? Let me see if they have it on the official Arizona page. Excuse me. Okay, I don't know how old Maya is, but she's a sophomore. So let's just say she's 20 years old because she's a sophomore, 19, 20 years old. So she's probably 20, 21 years old. To make this type of decision at 20, 21 years old, like she said, coming from Nigerian parents, and I think any parents from what I've seen of immigrants or minorities in America, like the expectation of parents are so high, always and forever. If you do something different, if you do something risque, they're like, I love you, I'm gonna support you with whatever you do, but there's gonna be a for her to do what she's doing at 2021 and understanding, no, this is taking me off my purpose. It's taking me off what I want to do, what I know the ultimate goal is. When plan B is interrupting with plan A, we need to go back to the drawing board. And for her to not only recognize, but take that risk on the other side of security, I salute that, man. I salute that. Because it's a lot of older people, 9, 10 years older, 20 years older, 30 years older, who are scared to make that leap. And so I salute you, Maya. And we will get to part 2 tomorrow. So y'all tune in to that. My name is Rashad Milligan. If you're new to the channel, this is the road to 5K subs. Please take care of yourself. Until next time, peace out.